So hello everyone, this is your Krishna from Women Today YouTube channel. So in this channel, I have been interviewing many women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India. We are just doing offline interviews by traveling to the client places, and also we are doing online interviews across different cities in India and also across different countries in the world. So today's our guest is Neha Singh ma'am from Delhi. She is a professional freelancer and she has been doing this service for many years. So I welcome you Neha Singh ma'am to this Women Today YouTube channel. So please kindly introduce yourself about to the audience who are watching this interview right now, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Krishna. And hello, everyone. I am Neha. Thank you so much for having me here. I am a freelancer. I have been doing the freelancing work since 2012 when hardly people were aware of it. And now it's been quite a journey. And I have too many of interesting stories to share with you guys.
Okay,
Looking forward.
yeah, I'm very happy to have you in our interview, ma'am. So tell us, ma'am, when did you decide your mind that you wanted your professional journey in the freelancing kind of works, ma'am?
In 2010, I did my MBA. So I was into an operational job. It was HR based job since my MBA was in HR only. And in 1.5 years, kind of I started feeling that my interest in writing was too much, and I got a few opportunities in writing itself. So that is how I shifted from an operational job to writing job. And eventually I came to freelancing, and then there was no looking back. When I started doing freelancing and per project based work came, so that was it. I knew that this is something I want.
So you're totally content with your kind of work you're doing. I do understand, ma'am. So also tell us. So many of the people watching this interview right now. So many students must be watching, and many people must be watching. So most of the people will not be aware of the term called freelancer. So tell us, what do we actually call freelancer, and what will be our daily life in a switch off from a normal routine job to a freelancing job, ma'am?
Absolutely. And Krishna, you said really nicely that freelancing is still a very not so common term among people. It's 2025, gig economy has grown a lot, but still people are not aware how to start doing it. So let me explain to my beautiful audience what freelancing is. So freelancing is a way of working in which you take projects from the clients, from the business, and then you get paid for the skill that you are providing to the company. सपोज आपने एक प्रोजेक्ट लिया किसी कंपनी से एंड दैट प्रोजेक्ट इज टोटली ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ वट एवर वर्क यू आर डूइंग जो आप स्किल सेट ऑफर कर रहे हो क्लाइंट को एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट योर पेमेंट कम्स इफ आई एम एंगेज्ड विद अ कंपनी फॉर 15 days so my work will be for 15 days only and as soon as I take the payment my contract with them ends over there. So this is the difference between freelancing and a conventional job.
Yeah, that's a great thing, ma'am. So freelancing, one can actually earn a lot of money by just working for different kind of companies in a single year. So I do understand that, ma'am. Also, at the same time, tell us, ma'am, what actually can we expect when we come and land in a freelancing job? Like, what are the technical skills should we have, or is it like even if we are not having any kind of technical skills, what kind of skills should we adapt, and what kind of skills are is the market expecting from us to be a successful freelancer, ma'am?
Yes. So it's a very important question. What kind of skills can we offer to companies? Because companies are going to pay you only on the basis of the quality of work that we can provide. So right now, there are top 5 skills in freelancing that you can start with. Most important is copywriting. Sales copywriting is absolutely popular. It's a very high premium quality niche in which payment is really good. Secondly, you can start with being a graphic designer. You know, graphics industry is amazing. It's a huge business. So we can start doing graphics business. Thirdly, as a freelancer, you can start with website content, website designing, doing SEO marketing for businesses. So that is again a very popular industry. And fourthly, ghostwriting. We all need ghostwriters because companies and professionals, senior level professionals, they are not able to write everything on their own. So they hire people who write for them. So ghostwriting is also a very popular freelancing skill set. And fifth, I would say, is video editing because we all need videos now, Instagram and for different platforms, social media platforms. So video editing is also one of the highest paying freelancing work that anyone can start with.
So is it like something? Some days we just do a normal routine job for 4 to 5 years, and after switching on to a different company, like after 6 years, then we'll be getting paid with a higher price. Like what is we can just expect a lot of hikes. Someone is getting like around 10 lakhs per annum. They can expect around 15 lakhs per annum. So we'll be getting a rise in our pay. But what happens when we become a freelancer? So is it possible that we can quote our experience like I have been working for this service for this, I'm doing this kind of skill set for past 10 years and I would like to have a rise in my pay. So what kind of conversations can we have with the kind of people recruiting us in being a freelancer, ma'am?
Yes, that is really important because as freelancers, sometimes we forget that scaling our freelancing is really important. You cannot work at 2 rupees per word in 2020 and same price you cannot quote in 2025 also, right? Because expenses are growing. In full time also people do elevate their pay scale. But in freelancing, sometimes it becomes difficult for the freelancers to understand how to scale their payment. So for this purpose, you have to create your personal brand. Personal brand is really important to be built on social media platforms. I use LinkedIn for personal branding. So when we post different kind of skill sets that we are possessing, the last work that we have done, it helps us to elevate our prices. And if your brand is built once, so the numbers just keep on increasing much more than what anyone can earn as a fee fixed salary. So that is
Yeah,
it.
I do understand, ma'am, that building a brand is something like building a trust in the companies and also building a trust
Right.
in front of many people. So tell us, ma'am, you have been working in this field for many years. So at any point of time in your life, did you decide that okay, you wanted to teach your skills to your juniors and you wanted to have an academy and do some kind of things which so that students can come and learn the kind of skills which is actually required to be a freelancer, or do you have any plans that you are going to train the students in the future to be a successful freelancer, ma'am?
Yeah, thank you, Krishna, for this question. Actually, I am a coach as well, a freelancing coach. And I think post COVID, I realized that I need to tell the new freelancers don't do these mistakes which I used to do in my early days. Sometimes the industry which is unexplored, it becomes really difficult. Really, it's a challenge to understand how to ask for payment. Now I know that a client is offering me a project. Am I the right person to ask him that no, 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 it's not 50K project. I must get 1.5 lakhs for this, right? So sometimes freelancers are just hesitant to ask for what they deserve. So this is where, yes, so this is where I realized that new people must be aware of the pathway that they should not go actually. So this is what helped me. So I created my course, that is a course which I sell on Instagram. Through that course, new freelancers, I help new freelancers to not do so those mistakes which I did when I was a newbie in this industry.
Yeah, I do understand, ma'am. Of course, time is the very precious thing that everyone has in their own life. So, in order to not waste our time by just going into the wrong ways, we can just simply come to you, and people who are just going to have their career, who are just have their career, I mean, who are passionate with the career in going into your freelancing business, I think they should contact Neha Singh, ma'am, in Delhi so that they can avoid some kind of wrong routes and come into the right route and get
Right.
themselves deserved. Of course, the word you told that most of the people are deserved with a proper salary. I'm not asking for a just very high rise pay, but the thing is that they
Yeah,
deserve to
exactly.
have a proper salary. But the thing is that they are just hesitant that they can't. Okay, why should I
Yes.
go and ask for a pay since I'm a fresher? And but the thing is that even a fresher will be having a lot of skill sets, but the company will
True.
just treat them as a fresher. But we should actually have some kind of what to say stamina or some kind of great skills.
Courage to,
Yeah,
courage to bargain
yeah,
and talk about
exactly.
it.
Courage. Courage is the very first thing which we should have in doing a freelancing business, because freelancing is something that we are going to work with a company not only for 1 year, but it's like what to say, we are just working for 10 days or 15 days or for 30 days. So it's like we are just going to switch on from different companies, and within a span of around 1 year, then we'll be able to speak with a lot of companies, and the basic thing is that we should have some kind of courage so that we can ask the kind of pay which we deserve. I do understand that, ma'am. So you have been working for a lot of international countries. I have been seeing your profile. You have worked for the Gulf. You have been working for the European Western countries. So tell us, ma'am, how is, yeah, how it's like working with Western and European countries differ from the working from the clients from India? Is it like something like we do have a lot kind of culture in, I mean, variations in the culture, the work culture, or is it like, okay, we are getting paid? Of course, if you just go and work for American or European companies, will be paying in dollars and we'll be just getting higher pay. But in this situation, I just wanted to ask you, in this modern world, people in US or Europe, they'll be able to know about the kind of salaries that we get do paid in India, and also at the same time, they're not going to pay the exact same dollars that they pay for the employees who are working for the freelancer in Europe or US. Like kind of USA, they'll be paying, they'll be getting an average salary of around $10 or $12 per hour, like a minimum $10 or $12, or even a minimum of around $15 to $20. So based upon the skill set and based upon the experience. So tell us, ma'am, how do you feel the work culture differs from India and differs from across different countries in the world, ma'am?
Yeah, Krishna, you know what? Work culture differs a lot. Overall culture differs a lot. Sometimes it becomes very difficult to deal with some clients from different countries because we are not accustomed to the way they have been working, and they are not accustomed according to what our culture says. So yes, there is a difference, but if you want to scale as a freelancer, you must go overseas. You need international clients for sure if you want your pocket to be heavy. Otherwise, only working for Indian clients, there is no harm in this. I'm not saying that Indian companies are not paying well. They are definitely paying really good. But when money comes in dollars, you will be enjoying more as compared to when you are getting payment in INR.
Yeah,
So for that,
yes, do tell
yeah.
me.
So
So
for yeah, networking to people with different working for different companies internationally, that will really help you create your international network.
yeah, that was the very next question which I wanted to ask you. That how can we just go and converse with kind of international clients? I think the word you use, networking, is the right term, because in this modern world, anything comes in just a fingertip. No need to waste your time by just doing any kind of things. You can just sit in front of a laptop and you can just do some kind of networking skills. Even you can go through some LinkedIn profiles, you can go through some Instagram pages, and you can go through any kind of website which allows you to have some kind of conversations with the people outside the world. I do accept that, ma'am. So tell us, ma'am, in your future, what are the plans do you have in becoming, I mean, being a freelancer? If any kind of message that you would like to tell to your juniors that regarding freelancing, is there any kind of message? Please tell us right now, ma'am.
Yeah. So for any new fresher who wants to start as a freelancer, most important thing that I want to tell them is please build your personal brand from day one. I started doing it after many years because all we used to care about in early times was get a client, get a project, I want my payment on time, and I'm done for the day. So this is something that costed me a huge time, more than 5 years. So if you are a new freelancer, in 2025, the first thing that you should start with is start your personal brand, create your LinkedIn account, post about the skills that you have, build your network. Daily, you just need to network with three people, one or two from your country and one international. Definitely, the kind of scaling these new freelancers will get, I am too behind them if they follow the right path because right now you have a lot of opportunities which we in 2012 never had. I was not even aware of what LinkedIn is. How can we network overseas? So definitely their opportunity is too much. You just need the right strategy. Just go there, talk with confidence, and just
Yeah,
you will crack it.
yeah, I do understand that before 2012, of course, I was also not aware of the internet. Of course, people who are born in the 1990s, they must be very well aware of the kind of internet services. But after the revolution in Geo, right after 2018, if I'm right, so there is a lot of things happening in the internet world right now. Even what to say, 1 GB of data costing around just 19 rupees in Geo. But the thing is that 1 GB in USA that cost around $5 to $6. So something like that is a very good opportunity and advantage to Indians like us. So we should just use it at the right time. So you have told that we can just network with people in foreign countries by just going through the profiles in LinkedIn. So tell us, ma'am, if we approach like 100, around 100 people, so how much response we can get from the people who are actually in the LinkedIn, because they will be just concentrating on the work that they are doing. But the thing is that how can we expect one kind of person to come and response to us in the email, in the kind of cold conversations in LinkedIn or something like that? In one day, you just advised us to just have at least one international client. But the thing is that how much people should we approach? What is the proportion between the people we are approaching and the people that come and do talk to us? Please tell us about it.
Okay. So first of all, I'll tell you what I do, right? That will help people understand that after gaining a certain experience, how we approach people. I never do cold messages. I never randomly pick any client and send them message. I pick up an industry. Suppose I'm comfortable with real estate industry of Australia. I'll pick 5 to 6 founders who are active on LinkedIn or Instagram or Twitter, whichever platform you are choosing. Now I'll check their profile. What kind of posts are they making? What kind of work are they doing right now? And after following up them for approx maybe 3 to 4 days, then I put up a message based on what I have noticed in their work. And then most of the time it will click. Even if they are not giving you work, they will network with you. They will write that definitely, Neha, if there is something good I have in my mind, I'll approach you. So this is how your DM strategy should be customized on the right person. In that case, your turnover will be, your response rate will be much faster as compared to just randomly sending cold messages.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is what I do.
Yeah, I do understand that. First, the people who are doing freelancing business, they should be aware of the kind of client that they're going to approach. Like, as you said, as a simple example, that if you're going to choose a person, first choose the industry in which the person needed to be. Like,
Yeah.
consider if you're going for a real estate, then you'll be having a set of profiles which is linked to real estate. If you're going for IT, if you're going for any kind of things, then choose the right industry and then you can just choose the right person. I do understand it, ma'am. So tell us, ma'am, in this kind of content writing, so you have been telling that you have been doing this content writing service for many years. So what actually is your daily life, ma'am? Like right from the beginning, right from the morning coffee till the end, till the night coffee. Tell us what happens in being a content writer, ma'am. What is the daily life things that you're doing? Explain us that, ma'am.
Okay, so if anyone who is a writer or in the creative industry, we have to maintain our overall aura to be, creative enough. We cannot juggle between tasks because it is not an operational work. It's a creative work. Your headspace should be totally clean. So I start my day with gym. I am a fitness freak person, so 1.5 to 2 hours of my day goes in gym. After that, when I'm back from there, I have a half an hour routine to just get on to my work, and then I sit for my creative work. And for my creative writing, I have kept approx 3 to 4 hours. That is deeply core into the writing work. In that time, I don't prefer taking calls and doing anything that is, disturbing that flow of my creativity. And evening time is family time. I have a son of 11 years, so he needs good time with me, so I'm occupied with him. And night, for new writers, for anyone who wants to pursue writing, night time, at least 30 to 40 minutes you must keep, even I have kept till now, for your own writing. That is not for your clients, that is not for social media. Anything you write, what interests you, so that will keep your creativity boosting from time to time. So night journaling is very important.
Yeah, I do understand that. I'm also amazed that you're having a 11-year-old kid. I thought you will be just a college finisher, just like around 5 to 5 years. But the thing is that you're too senior to us. And tell us, ma'am, in this past history of being a freelancer, so what are the kind of struggles that you get in your daily life? What are the kind of things that will block us into doing our professional works? And how can actually one can come up from the depression that they're facing. Because being most of the people will be having a normal proper job and they'll be expecting a monthly salary which will be coming at the right date. So being a freelancer, we should be always active
Absolutely.
in the internet and we should be looking for the kind of jobs. We should go and look for a lot of professionals working out there. We should approach a lot of people. So what one should do so that they won't go into depression, and if somebody has gone through some kind of blockages in their life, how can they come out of it now?
Yes, so there are numerous challenges that a freelancer goes through, and certainly they are very different from the challenges that a job seeker has. You will always be uncertain for your next project, and that is definitely one problem. This is one thing that really creates a problem. It was such a challenge for me as well. You are doing one project and you are not sure for next project they will be hiring you or not. So the most important thing that any freelancer in such a case should do is that create a bucket of leads for yourself. You are doing a project, the client is really good with you, I'm sure they will offer you the next project. But just in case they do not offer you the next one, they do not have a project for you, in that case, you must have a bucket of leads on whom you can give a try, and your next project is right available within 2 to 3 days, so that you can make your freelancing as good as a stable, proper, stable job. So, this is what is most important.
I think that's the right thing, which we should not do only in the freelancing job, but we also just kind of incorporate that idea in every day-to-day life. What to say? If there is any kind of laggings in our life, consider anything, we should always have some kind of backups. So I think,
Absolutely.
yeah. So being a freelancer, we don't know actually what is our future, in which company we are going to work in the very next 10 days. So at this time, it's better to have a lot of leads lined up. So parallelly, you should work for the kind of things where you can get some kind of project from the clients in a totally different companies. So even though you are in the same industry has a lot of thousands and millions of companies over there. Consider they may be from the Western, European, Indian, Gulf countries, something like that. The only thing is that don't stop just going and trying something out. Something may work or not. The only thing we can do is just try, and surely
Yes,
you'll be
give
having,
your best.
yeah, do a potential, make the best out of it. So tell us now, how was your life till right now, the moment you just quit a corporate job and you're just being a freelancer? So tell us, what are the things that run in your mind? Like I was the first to ask that people, most of the people are suffering from this kind of depressions, and also the same time they'll also be having a lot of things going on well in their life. Being a freelancer, you'll be having a lot of opportunities in having a lot of conversations with people from outside India, and also you'll be having a lot of exposure. You'll be having a lot of advantages. You'll be having a lot of things happening good in your life. Of course, being a freelancer, we can actually have our time. So in that particular time, we can do our kind of household chores, our kind of personal and professional and family kind of good things. So tell us the
Yes, you
kind
can
of,
balance.
also the good part which involves in being a freelancer, so that people will not be having any kind of more doubts, more kind of fears in the freelancer, and they can just actually step into this kind of freelancing industry. So tell us the kind of emotions actually what we can expect in being a freelancer and your journey for the past many years in being a freelancer now.
Yeah, so the journey has been very sweet. I have gone through the tough parts also, but the best part that freelancing offers is freedom from this toxic work culture. That is really priceless. You don't have to give away your peace. You are not somebody's slave to take up the call even after the office hours. These kind of things, actually I believe that these kind of things should not even happen in full-time jobs. Even if your reporting officer is doing this is wrong. But just to say that in freelancing you have the choice to balance your family quite well with your work. And suppose you work for a project with a client and you realize that things are not going right. So in the next project, you can say that I'm not comfortable working with you. You can find a better freelancer. I'm sure you will get somebody better than me. And even you can have that escape. So this freedom is absolutely priceless. So, getting away from that toxicity when you feel that something is not right, you can just move away.
Yeah, I do actually understand the fact that there are kind of toxic things which is happening not only in the corporate industries, not only in the kind of
Absolutely.
public or private sectors, in each and every places. The thing is that one people's frustrations becomes other people anger. One people's anger becomes other people's frustration. It's kind of a chain which pass on from the superior level right to the lowest
Right.
level of the
This
grade.
is what happens.
Yeah, this is
Right.
what happens. So there is nothing called toxicity. The thing is that the more pressure they are not able to handle it, the superiors are directly transferring it to the lower level cadet
Ah,
people. So that's the thing which is happening in the real corporate or private or government, in any kind of jobs, in any industries, in any part of the world. So this is the exact
but
right
you
thing.
know, Krishna, sorry to interrupt you, but this kind of pressure is hampering people, their mental health. It's totally, damaging the culture. The young people, they are totally occupied with Netflix just to forget all that office trauma that they have, brought with them. So these things need not to be as it is, but just for the sake of your own peace, you can choose freelancing. You can choose a flexible work culture where your mental health, your family, your physical health is preserved as compared to the conventional job that if it is not offering.
Of course, the regular routine conventional job, 9 to 5 job, have a lot of pressure. And because of this, the thing is that when we are trying to handle the pressure, we are just going through a lot of emotions. And these kind of emotions trigger our kind of hormones, which is actually not good to our body. They kind of trigger some kind of toxic hormones actually. Having a lot of pressure actually leads to a lot of medical issues in our body. We are having a lot of health
Yes.
issues. We are just
Yes.
starting from a small headache. People are even with having a lot of pressure in their mind. They're just going through a lot of medical issues, which is not evident in our first stage of life, but in the last stage. Consider you're just living in your 50s or 60s or 70s. You're facing a lot of things. The thing is that you will be having a very good, healthier life, not going into the kind of other toxic things. But the thing is that you won't be able to realize what actually happened to your life, health. So it's basically because of the kind of emotional things which happens in our work culture. Of course, in the kind of working environment, we'll be having a lot of things which is forced by our superiors because we have to complete our work within the deadline. Consider in any kind of industry, not only in the kind of IT sectors and the marketing sectors, in any industry, there is a deadline. Without deadline, nothing can be happen in this world. So because of this, people who are actually able to handle the kind of pressure, so anything, I'm not telling it for any kind of job, I'm telling it for each and everything which we have in our life. Of course, we do have pressure. Consider we are just going to like as I tell from my personal experience, I'm going to attend this Zoom meeting, and before this, I was totally in a very different job. So I have to hurry up and I have to meet up with the clients and I have to have a good thing in our interview. But the thing is that only thing we have to do is that whatever happens in our life, we should handle the pressure. We should keep our mind calm to some kind of situation. Of course, each and every people who are working in this world, they can't quit their job because of the kind of family things which they should focus. They should have a proper job. That most of the people will be expecting a secure job. So most of the Indians, most of the people across the world, they will be expecting a secure job in order to protect a backup, some kind of backups they do need for the family. So at this kind of
Right.
time, actually one can do some kind of exercises, meditation, even a 5 minute meditation will be good to them. And
Absolutely.
if at one point of time they can't actually handle it, then they should be brave enough that to quit the job and doing the start the freelancing business. Of course, freelancing is something like we are just traveling in a ship with some kind of things. We can't have some kind of proper weather forecast. We don't know what's exactly in front of us. There may be lot of fogs in front of us, just covering every kind of things. But each and everything has its own advantages and disadvantages. Whether it's a corporate
Right.
conventional job or it's being a freelancer, there is a lot of advantages and disadvantages. The only thing you have to choose is which advantages or disadvantages you are just well
You
prepared
are
for.
comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whichever you feel
Right.
comfortable, you just go through it. The thing is that I don't tell people that we are just living in a toxic culture, we are just going into living in a kind of good environment. So it's all starts from the mindset. Okay, the thing is that we just try to adapt everything. Adaptation is the very first basic thing. Consider even if maybe a freelancing job, we should try to adapt to the kind of works. We should try to adapt on
True.
each and
True.
everything. So I think that's the only part we should come and discuss about being a freelancer and being a conventional corporate jobsman. So what actually future plans that you are having? That you told that you do train a lot of juniors. So how do you yourself see that? I'm very like I what to say? I'm not asking this for the sake of interview. I'm just asking it as an outsider. So where do you want to see yourself in the next upcoming 5 to 10 years? That okay, I have my plan, I have my mindset set for next 5 to 10 years, and after that, I'm just going to retire from everything, and just going to do a normal life. Or is it like something? Okay, I'm just doing a freelancing job. So freelancing job doesn't have any kind of uh, retirement kind of dates, so I can just do till the end of my life. So, and I also wanted to know, is there any kind of retirement dates that the corporate people just looking for the freelancing things, or they're also ready to recruit a 60-year-old person in with the skills that they're having, ma'am? Please tell us about it.
So let me answer you the first question that you asked me that so my future plans. Yes, I do have a lot of future plans. I don't know why, but I always hustle a lot to attain to go to the next level. I never get saturated at one level. So freelancing, definitely I'll be continuing. Coaching, I want to scale more. I want more new freelancers, aspiring women, I would say, who have their babies and now they cannot enter into corporate jobs. So I want to help those people get into a career, have their own goals, earn their own money right from the comfort of their home. So this is one thing I want to scale to another level in maybe another 5 or 7 years, whatever time it takes. Secondly, one more short goal is LinkedIn Top Voice Batch. So last year I got that. So this year also I am trying hard for it. So every day I give 10 to 20 minutes to it. And every day, if you are doing something with dedication for 10-20 minutes, that will be enough. So hopefully I'll be, achieving that too. So that voice helps you scale your business definitely. So that is one thing. It's a short goal, I would say, for this year.
One second, ma'am.
And
What's that LinkedIn voice? I can't understand it, ma'am.
yes,
Is it something?
LinkedIn is the platform about which I was talking. So
Okay.
LinkedIn gives top voice badge to people, to different creators who create quality
Top.
content.
Yeah, yeah. So you're saying that you have achieved an award from the LinkedIn. You are achieved. Okay, tell us about the kind of achievements that you've done in LinkedIn, ma'am. Like
Yes. So
top
in
voice award.
2020, yes, in 2024, in May 2024, I got LinkedIn web content writing voice. Okay, so that was for web content writing only. All right. So better than that is LinkedIn top voice. So that is the main thing because your top voice means in every dimension of LinkedIn, your creation is qualitative. So I'm looking forward to it. We all try our best, but don't know how much I'm going to attain it. But definitely, I'll try to get that. And
It's
these, yeah,
top voice, right, ma'am?
top voice badge. Yes, they give
Top.
you a badge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Top. I was just thinking that it's voice, but it's VOICE, voice.
VOICE. I'll give you the details in the comment section. You will
Yeah,
find
yeah.
that.
Thank you for it. Just proceed with your kind of future ventures, ma'am.
Yes. So this is what uh, the current thing that came to my mind. These two things I'm looking forward to in another few years.
So tell us, ma'am, we have been discussing a lot of things, how to become a successful freelancer. Like you were just telling that the only simple thing which we can do in becoming a successful freelancer and being a fresher is to avoid the mistakes which you have done in your early part of being a freelancer, ma'am. So tell us what are common and major mistakes which we should avoid so that we can become successful very soon in the freelancing kind of service we do, ma'am.
Sure. So I would really pray to God and I would want you all to become freelancers with high success rate and not make the mistakes that I have made in early days. So let's start. So the first thing that you should not do is get lower on the price that you have asked the client. Suppose the client has asked you to work for 1,000 words creative writing project and your gut feeling is saying that I should ask 2,000 rupees for this project, right? So if the client bargains that you are a freelancer, you can work on 700-800 or maybe 1,000 rupees is more than enough for you. As freelancers in early days, what I used to do is I used to think that यार company तो बड़ी है, let me gain some experience कर लेते हैं. So do not compromise on the price if you feel that you have the skill, If you feel that your time and your investment is that justifying for that amount, stick to that amount.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm telling that's the very first thing which we should do in being a freelancer. We should have the proper courage to ask some kind of wages which you actually deserve. I'm not telling being a
Deserve.
wages, but it's the kind of energy exchange which most of the people whom I have worked with, they have used the proper term energy exchange. Of course, you are working, you're just bringing out your full potential. The thing is that they always have the mindset that okay, you are not having a proper private or corporate job. You're not recruited for the whole year. So this is like something you're
Right.
just going to work with me for from the 5 to 10 days. So the people who dominates in this industry is something like people who actually talk the courageous out. Like if the HR who is going to recruit you, if they are going to have some kind of conversations with you regarding the kind of charges, so you should be very confident and courageous and stick to that you are too much capable and you deserve to be paid for it. The thing is that if you are not going to talk for yourself, then no one is going to talk for yourself. That's very basic thing.
Right.
So the very first thing
And
which you told is very much needed. Yeah, do tell me, ma'am.
five most important things that will help any freelancer cover those things and run at least 2x with the speed that they are doing right now. So first thing we talked about is stick to the price that you are asking, but it should be realistic only. Don't ask something that is beyond the scale of Indian market or the international market. Secondly, have a portfolio, have a professional portfolio. In my early days, I used to use normal resume. We are not corporate employees. They are not looking for someone who is having 5 years or 6 years of corporate experience. You are a freelancer. You should have a dynamic portfolio. Have your own portfolio. It should have colors. It should have your photograph. It should have testimonial of clients. Have a professional portfolio that if anyone, any founder if is seeing your portfolio, he should feel that it's different from what their employees are doing. That is why they'll pay you, right? So this is the second thing, work on a professional portfolio. Third, personal branding, which I told in the mid of the interview also. Create your own personal brand, create your account on LinkedIn, write about your skills, talk to people, tell them that I am a graphic designer, I know my work. You can take a free trial also. The moment you talk about a free trial, 80% times client will think that you have the caliber. That is why you are saying that take a free trial of my work, right? So these are the three things to start with. Fourth one, I would say that new freelancers may be making a mistake is not reading the content that the client gives. Even I have done this. I am guilty of it. We don't read their documents properly. We end up hurrying to write because we have to write 2000 words. Obviously, we want our work to get finished and switch on the Netflix. So, in the rush of finishing things, we don't read the document. Read everything that the client has given. If you are not understanding, call them, ask again, keep asking until you are clear on it, and then only deliver your quality work. If the quality of work will not be up to the mark in the first time, they will not give you repeat work for sure. The market is very harsh. So you have to maintain the quality, and for that you have to listen to what they are saying. You have to read the documents that they are giving to you, and then definitely most of the time your work will be up to the mark. And last, I would say one mistake is invest in yourself, invest in good formals, invest in a good phone, invest money in a good laptop, have a stable internet. When you go for meeting clients, wear good dress, carry a diary, write down what the client is talking, work on your soft skills, talk with confidence, do not interrupt the client, do not hesitate while speaking to them. So most in by doing these five things, I am assuming that any new freelancer can establish herself or himself at least equal to what I am doing. So these are very small things, but we forget doing these small things, and that is when we look that this freelancer is new and they can be manipulated. So we should work on these five things.
Yeah, of course. The very last thing which you told is actually 100% foolproof, concrete kind of things which we should actually follow in our life. The thing is that when we actually kind of degrade ourselves, kind of we do not have the actual courage to talk for ourselves, people try to manipulate us, not only in the kind of recruiting industries, but in any kind of industries. So yeah, I do understand, ma'am. So once again, I'm telling the people who are watching this interview, if you have any kind of doubts regarding being a freelancer, or if you wanted to become a freelancer, of course, Neha Singh ma'am is there to help you out. I'll mention her Instagram link in the YouTube description down here. Please go through that. And also at the same time, people who are freshers can do freelancing, and people who are having kind of career gap, women who are just facing a career gap in the professional, if they wanted to become a freelancer, they can approach Neha ma'am. Of course, she is a professional content writer and she has been doing this freelancing service for a lot of kind of years. And
Yes.
please do subscribe to our channel. If you have that kind of doubts, please do comment in the comment section. Do click on the bell icon so that you can receive notifications whenever I post new videos regarding new women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India and also across the world. So thank you once again, Neha Singh ma'am. Is there any kind of final message if you wanted to tell me to me or to the audience in any just one single line? You can just tell me right to us right now, ma'am.
Yeah, Krishna, you are doing a great job working for, empowering women. This is real gentleman's work that you have taken up.
Thank you, ma'am.
Especially in our country, women have talent. They don't know the right path to reach there. So this thing that you have taken up, thank you so much for having me here. If even one or two person can get a benefit from our interview, that will be totally worth it. Totally worth both of our time.
You believe it or not, I use the exact ditto same words which is told by you, ma'am. Because most of the people are asking me, so what is the kind of output we are going to get this by the from the in front of the interview? The only basic thing which is running in my mind after my college days, I was not aware of the kind of industries which are do existing. Either going to a kind of government job or either going to an IT industry. But the thing is that after I'm interviewing a lot of professional female women entrepreneurs and working women, I'm just getting to know okay, there is a lot of industries which is existing from the conventional job that we are not aware of. So with the help of your interviews, I'm able to get a lot of knowledge that we actually do have a lot of industries which suit our kind of passionate professional work with the kind of job which we do love. So we can just actually analyze and just fit to it. So thank you once again for giving me an opportunity to host you in this interview. And there is a lot of things which is going to we are going to expect you from this kind of professional career. Wishing you all the best in the future, and please do a lot of things which is good to this world. So once again, this is your host Krishna signing off. And today's our guest is Neha Singh, ma'am, a professional freelancer from Delhi. So thank you for everything, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.